What's going on, everybody? I'm trying something today. I think everything's working all right. I think. I don't know if this thing's working or not. Oh. What? Okay, so I'm distracted, obviously. I am, I think I'm streaming to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know if it's working, but it doesn't matter because you guys are the focus. I just wanted to see if it would work. Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be seeing this, whenever you may be seeing this. You guys are not early, but an active early bunch, if you will. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Let's start off with roll call, huh? So Roger was first. Way to go, Roger. Victor, Ryan, Joe, Jason, good to see you. Morning to excellent. Joe Swick, Jason, Michael, good to see you. Lou, Caverna, Harrigan, good to see you. Who else? William, Tad, you get probably a few people chime in. Hey, since you're all here, you can do me a favor. Do one of these. Like, do this thing. That would be great. That would be greatly appreciated. I got to get a soft drink. Orcus Dorcas, good to see you. Gabe, thanks for chiming in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see everyone this fine Saturday, October 7th morning. It is now officially fall, at least I think in most of the Midwest. I mean, I figured why not be exciting? They say never to start off with talking about the weather because it's very mundane. But, you know, sometimes mundane's not a bad thing. What was the question last week? Do we remember? I don't remember. It's 96 yesterday. Get that shit out of here. It's like 50. It's now 56 here. Like, that's cool. And a few days ago it was like 80. So, yeah. But that's okay. I mean, I got some semi-long sleeves on. Although in this area, it's warm. It's probably the warmest part in the house is my basement. Go figure. Which anime cartoon inspired the most RPG moments for you? Huh. Okay, we'll go with that, Blake. I had one, but I don't know if it has been used. We'll go with that one. You want to go with that one? Question of the day. Blake says, which anime / cartoon inspired the most RPG moments for you? Because anime is Japanese cartoon, right? I imagine it's like animation. What is like anime? stand for? Help me out. Educate an ignorant one. Because I think that to me, anime is cartoons. But that would be offensive to maybe anime fans, right? I don't want to do that, but I don't know. I know it's Japanese animation. Or is it its roots anyway. Roger French says Ninja Scroll. See, now I'm getting way out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm not going to know any of these, really. Because, one, I'm not a big cartoon guy. And two, definitely not, like, my adult years. I know, I'm boring. Roger says Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which I think is relatively new, right? Off the Cyberpunk video game. Wayne says no tentacles. Yeah, let's not get in. Now, I have heard of hentai. So, there we go. Jason's now more kind of in line with my stride. Scooby-Doo. Maybe Scooby-Doo. I take more from TV and movies. Yeah. Tad says, the opening credits of Thundar the Barbarian, which I have not seen, which was a personal favorite of mine when I was growing up. Caverna says Dungeons & Dragons cartoon. That's a good one. Should not probably, even if somebody's like not thinking of that, probably should not go unmentioned. Andy Hall, Johnny Quest. Nice. Jason Connerly, Thundar is great for inspiration. Ryan says, I was just gifted the Altered Carbon TTRPG. I love the Netflix series. There you go. Matt Stark, good to see you. What anime or cartoon inspired the most RPG moments for you? Oops. Johnny Quest would be great to pull adventure seeds from. Orcus Dorcas, obviously on mobile. Because his comments are always center justified. Robotech, Thundar, Wizards the movie, and Shirt Tales. With one of these. Matt Stark says TMNT, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for those not having it come to mind quickly. Wayne says Fractured Fairy Tales if we are doing all animation. Apparently we are. Dad says these are all very strong. These are all very strong in the Force. I haven't seen it in a long time. Fire and Ice is a big one. Lord of the Rings is one that I would come. I mean, they're animated. They've got it. Well, yeah. See, now Blake didn't specify whether it be movie, TV, what have you. So, Lord of the Rings would be one. The animated version. Fire and Ice was one. Heavy Metal would be one. Even though I haven't seen Heavy Metal in a long time. The original. Great soundtrack. I'm probably dating myself more than bringing up something like crazy, awesome. Victor says, I don't think any of my inspiration was intentionally from cartoons. Most of mine came from other shows and movies. Yeah, me too. Ryan West says He-Man, Cowboy Bebop, Thundercats, Black Star, Silverhawks. I got to say I was a big fan, huge fan of Battle of the Planets. Huge when I was a kid. It's like 5-6 years old. Huge. So I guess some people have said, see, you like anime. Because apparently that's considered anime. Like I think that what Battle of the Planets? Because it wasn't Battle of the Planets. I think, right? Like it's a different name in a different country where it originated. I don't remember. See, you guys got to help me out. Orcus Dorcas says Black Star was great. Harrigan continues. Thundar, Herculoids. Rocket Robin Hood, Warner Brothers, Fire and Ice, Spider-Man, Akira, Battle of the Planets. And Akira should probably go without saying too. Like, I don't think I've seen that one. I know that's supposed to be really good. Like people have said, if you don't like anime, at least watch Akira. Matt Stark, G.I. Joe, that's a good one. Orcus Dorcas, Pirates or Dark Water is another. Just keeps going. Harrigan, Evangelion. Evangelion. Matt Stark mask, or is it masks? Right? Isn't that the other kind of knockoff of? I think it's like a Battle of the Planets meets Transformers, which some of you haven't mentioned yet. G-Force, that's right. That's right. 7 Sark 7 Battle of the Planets is G-Force. Yeah. Or G-Force. I don't know. Orcus Dorcas is having a hard time, like, typing on his phone. Battle of the Planets and G-Force was anime that was redubbed. Got it. That's what I thought. Because they were G-Force in Battle of the Planets, but apparently it was the name of the series is what I'm gathering here. And I thought that was the case. Pirates of DW was wonderful. Pirates of Disney World? Pirates of DW. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Luke K says I got nothing. Magic the School Bus? The Magic School Bus? Come on. Maybe, I guess. Tad says Battle of the Planets, Science Ninja Team Gatchaman is absolutely anime, Sean. Okay, good to know. Well, there you go. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but man, talking in my wrist when I was a kid, maybe having some stupid watch. There's like probably some Casio that I thought was. And I used to know, like, I think there's Jason. Jason is the guy I knew, because he's the head guy of the bunch, and I can't remember all the other names. I don't know, because I think Jason just stood out as very American. Harrigan Starblazers. Nobody a BattleTech or Voltron fan? Is BattleTech animated? Voltron, I know, right? Caverna, My Little Pony. Caverna is not kidding. Hee. Akira and Ghost in the Shell might have had some influence on my flavor of cyberpunk, come to think of it. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell. Just woke up. I need my readers. Come on, Dorcas. Ooh, excuse me. Wayne says Valley of the Winds. There's some that I would. Nobody's mentioned Avatar. Is that because of age? What's going on? Do puppets count? Apparently not. Thunderbirds are go. No, animated, Ryan. Blake, Ryan West. There it is. Jason, Mark, Tiny, Kiop, and Princess. Yes, that's the crew. That's Blake Ryan is awakening memories and dusting off cobwebs in my brain about Battle of the Planets. Sweet. Thanks, Blake. He-Man. There's one. Yeah, He-Man. He-Man. Help me, He-Man. He-Man. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Victor says we all will have to play Altered Carbon. The game is a rough read and tons of typos, but I love the setting. He says that to Ryan, by the way. What's the question? The question is, by Blake Ryan, full credit, what anime or cartoon animated series, inspired the most RPG for you? Most RPG stuff, I guess. Victor Setwide says, I never got into Avatar. Well, you got to get past the first, I don't know. They say the first season or something. Excuse me. Ryan West says, I actually liked She-Ra better than He-Man. I think the villains were cooler. BattleTech was created from anime sources. Okay. And was it BattleTech? Like, there's always this weird thing where it's like, it's kind of like, what did the Russians do? Did they do Dragonlance? They did. They did Dragonlance, like the live action play, right? So it's like, but I'm sure, and then they named it in Russian, I'm sure, but I was just thinking, like, did BattleTech make it? It didn't make its way to Japan, I imagine. They have their own, like, Voltron and stuff, probably, right? And that, see, I don't know where everything originates in that space. I don't know. Dorcas says, handsome guy, angry guy, weird little guy, the girl, and the fat guy. A lot of anime shows of that time followed that palette, which he's referring to Battle of the Planets. Yeah. That does not surprise me. It's like there's the smart, like in some movies, it's the smart guy, the leader guy, the girl guy. it's like what's the movie? Superbad, right? Like something like that. Blake says, thought Robotech was based on Gundam and Battletech was based off of both. I have no idea. I don't know. Somebody's chiming into this first few minutes of the stream and going, I can't have for all playing games. All they're talking about is animated shows. Oh, God, give me a break. Joe Swick, not Joe Sex, but it could be Joe Sexy Swick. We made the He-Man a drinking game. Drink when anyone says He-Man, including the background singer, is expert level. We do not here at Out RPG condone any type of binge drinking or mass consumption of any type of substance, be it alcohol or drug use, just so you know. Use responsibly. Michael Holland says, G.I. Joe probably influenced me more than I like to admit, although Akira opened my mind wide. Okay, all right. So, I mean, Scooby-Doo was a good one. Blake says, same crew in Scooby-Doo, Speed Buggy, Captain Caveman. Yeah, oh, for sure. Like Hanna-Barbera knew the deal. They just changed the character. They just changed the setting and the voices. Yeah, well, I mean, I said we don't condone it. That's up to you whether you want to do it, Jason. Oh, Star Trek, the original series, too, I suppose. That's a good one. Short-lived, but yeah. Was there 2 seasons maybe of that? I don't know. But yeah, that's true. That's one I would have got on. That's what, that's the thing. Like, growing, dude, my TV, like, space, I guess to somewhat as a kid, it was, I mean, until I got my own TV, which I think was like a 12-inch color Magnavox. And even before that, it was a black and white 12-inch. Remember snow? Like the snowy channels when you didn't get them in? The good old days. I didn't really have reign over what I would see. It was very much like my sister, the scars run deep, ladies and gentlemen, ruling the TV roost. And that's fine. I don't care. I had other things to do, like play D&D, and get outside. Like I didn't like sitting around watching TV much. If I did, it was at night, right? Late. Couldn't go out. It's dark, cold, whatever. Sharing my insight into some of my mental trauma as a child and what has made me what I am today. So like, I got away from cartoons like pretty, I don't know if it's early. I think some of the cool cartoons came out when I was not tuning in. And then once I got out of that space, I'd never really looked back. So, remember Channel signing off for the night? Oh, Victor. I do. I remember that. Sometimes I would, I'd doze off and then, you'd have the color scheme going across. Actually, the color scheme was it the color scheme would come on and then it would go to snow? I can't remember how, they would just disappear. Yeah, we should also, Ryan says I was the older brother who bullied his younger brother into being the remote control. Yeah, well, I'm sure your brother is a perfectly normal human person nowadays, Ryan. And that any issues that he may have are totally not your fault. What is this, Galtar and the Golden Lance? Is that one of them? Well, now they got like a whole network to cartoons, man. A couple networks, I think. Yeah, well, there you go. Now the knobs are only ever on channel 3 or 4. Right? God. Age, man. Think about how old I am and the year I was born. So when people tell me, like, what year were you born? Like your hospital or something to verify who you are. And then I think about like my nephew who's just shy of 30 and even younger folks that I probably work with. Like, when were you born? I was born in 2000. Jesus Christ. Anyways, we could all learn from each other, youth and age. Right? Just saying. Just saying. Oh, I'm fuzzy today. Shots yesterday. Whoa. Sounds serious. Serious business. Let's get into it. There's not a lot to cover, I don't think. I didn't really delve that deep. It was kind of last minute. Shocker, I know. So you know what to expect. Again, if you haven't given this a like, gosh darn it, give it a like or a thumbs down. I don't care. Whatever. One of these. You know the deal. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the button. Hey, and I did remove ads. So, I mean, it's the least you could do. Just saying, please. I'm sacrificing ad revenue here for just a thumbs up, because I want you to appreciate the experience, whatever that is. You couldn't have known Saturday morning was coming up? No, I didn't. I literally woke up. I had the day off yesterday, so my schedule was like a little off. Not too much. There you go, Michael. Yeah? Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, guys. I think I got a report. I made $2.75, I think, last week. That's not bad. I mean, hey, it's one of these. You know? Hey-o. But I figured, since I don't know the experience, like, you can select the type. You could have YouTube do the ad, which is recommended, or you could select the second radio button, and then under that you can pick where the ad is, like if it's unskippable, skippable, and then one other option. And I thought, well, if it didn't interrupt my audio, which I'm sure it does, because how else is a video ad going to work really well? Then I would just keep them on. If it insets, like Twitch has that, right? They kind of inset you, but they turn off your audio and the ad comes on. At least I think for some. Critical Role, I think it like insets them and then puts a banner underneath, which when they're live. And they may have those similar options. But I figured if I've gone 3 years or however it's been, 2 years, I think I've been doing this, and there hasn't been any ads, wow, I certainly don't want you guys to be like, it was pretty cool until like I had to see like 3 ads in 2 hours. It was driving me nuts, so I left. Obviously, I wasn't rolling in the money in the last year. I don't think $3 is worth losing you guys. There you go. So basically what I'm saying is you're worth $3. Just, okay, come on now. You guys know me. I'm just teasing. Come on. Don't leave me in droves. Oh, Ryan, you're after my own heart. I'm signing into several other accounts to hit the like button for no ads. Yeah, I'll get it on the regular videos. I won't do it on the lives, I guess. Until I know what it looks like. I don't have a problem with. See, that's the thing though. I don't know if it removes videos. I don't think it removes I think it injects videos maybe after the recording. I would hope, because I'm like, fine if somebody comes back after it's recorded and then it just cuts and then it comes back and picks up. But in the live experience, I can't fathom. It would drive me nuts. I would be like, I'm out of here. So I empathize. Roger points out a good point. Remember, kids, that's a $3 split between us all. Yeah, right? Big money. Too funny, you guys. Killing me. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Where did I pick up or leave off from last year? Did it seem like last year? Last week. We'll start with this one. Shall we? I don't even think it's started yet. Maybe it has. Who's in on this? Deathmatch Island. Let the games begin. So this is by Evil Hat. So Fred Deadly Fredly, and crew is putting this out. Obviously, it is not live yet. I don't think. I thought it was coming in 10 days. That's because you could read just the top of the thing, and it says coming in 10 days. See ya, Jason. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Hey, Laramie. Roger says he joined the interest list. The presentation looks good, but I doubt I'd actually get to play it. Yeah, I think it looks fantastic as well. And I appreciate everything Evil Hat does, but some of the trade dress and the approach that they have, just it's just, I don't know. I get caught up in that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay. And then that's all I do. So it does kind of look pretty cool, I got to say. If you're not familiar with this, takes its inspiration from, shocker, Squid Game, Severance, Control, corporate dystopia, messed up reality TV, probably maybe Running Man to some degree. I don't know. Surprised they didn't put Running Man in there. What is the other one? Hunger Games? Like, I don't know. They didn't mention that either, so maybe those aren't the ones that they're talking about. But you've been selected to participate in Deathmatch Island. Winning will mean fame, freedom, and unlimited wealth, which is what I'm kind of trying to do here. So if I could probably play this RPG, I may be able to like stop doing this and transfer my desires into this RPG, like my need. It's probably not the same though. Just say Evil Hat. Orcus says he doesn't back Evil Hat. I can wait for it. Is there a story there, Orcus Dorcas? Is it because it's like they're not great Kickstarters or crowdfunders? Anyways, you may be experiencing some confusion and memory loss. This is normal following the selection and recruitment process. It is important that you do not panic. Don't panic. Anybody know what that's from? Don't panic. Bring your towel. 42. You should know it by now. This is a fast-paced role-playing game about a deadly game show on a chain of mysterious islands. If you're a fan of Squid Game, Severance, Control, Invention, you're going to enjoy Deathmatch Island. I mean, look at this grenade. That's hilarious. In 2 minutes, Phase 1 will begin. In this phase, you will explore Island 1, complete challenges, acquire resources, and meet other contestants. Alliances will be formed and threats will be eliminated. Survivor, the role-playing game. Alliances. Deathmatch Island probes the cruelty of a system that uses paranoia and competitiveness to turn participants against one another. So that's one of those games that brings everybody together in the end. Much like diplomacy. Will those victims slowly destroy each other, or will they build a solidarity that they need to ultimately smash the system altogether? That must be the character sheet. Kind of looks cool. I do like the dress. At the end of Phase 1, a klaxon will sound 3 times. This signals Phase 2, the Battle Royale. Deathmatch Island promotes fast, flexible gameplay with a striking design by Tim Deney, based on the Paragon system by Sean Nittner of Aegon and John Harper, Blades in the Dark, Lady Blackbird, Lasers, and Feelings. Character traits are easy to digest. The resolution of conflicts and contests is designed to keep every player involved in the action, and the streamlined rules provide a quick path to system mastery. It's a low prep, narrative forward tabletop RPG. Well, there you go. If you sign up now, you can get instant access to their 18-page staff orientation guide to Island 1. It reminds me of the Portal game, right? Video game, somewhat like Aperture. I could see some of the influences. Hitchhikers, you know the deal, Ryan. It's the one thing that's nice. Evil Hat will hit the shelves without problem. There's no FOMO. Yeah. No stories. No story, Orca says. They are just one of the few I feel had the resources to produce games without the use of Kickstarter or other crowdfunding. Yeah, that's true. So is Monty Cook, though, right? And maybe, like, there's quite a few Kickstarters that, I don't know. Do they need Kickstarter? Probably. I don't know. Maybe. Vornak. Hey, good to see you, man. I needed another friendly Ender game. Yeah, right. I'm a couple minutes behind catching up, but how did Deathmatch Island not mention Battle Royale? I don't know. Sounds about perfect. Hey, Tim, good to see you. Fred's really smart as a games businessman. When there's going to make something, he's already done the legwork. Yeah. X-Crawl. Yeah, probably. Ryan West says Monty Cook moved to backer kit, looks like. Well, yeah, Ryan, yeah. But I think what Orcus Dorcas and I mean, these guys aren't, this is on backer kit. What Orcus Dorcas is saying is that crowdfunding in general, not Kickstarter or backer kit. Like, if you've got the money, why are you going this route? It's pre-orders. It's safe. Low risk. They don't overprint. They don't underprint. They could say how many they're going to kick. Like, they'll know is like right after the campaign. They know exactly the print number. This is the print run. Then they probably round up or down depending on, it will probably obviously round up. And then probably add a certain percentage on top of that. And there you go. Very simplistic formula, I'm sure. And oh, by the way, I've never run a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding campaign ever. This message coming to you from a pretentious YouTube streamer guy. Mileage may vary. Here, I absolutely don't want anybody to think that I'm an expert of any kind in any way, shape, or form in this realm. In anything that I talk about on this stream. Yeah, right. Size of print run. Yeah. It's all pre-orders basically, and they can bundle this stuff cheaper to reward people for pre-ordering. Yeah, that's the deal. It's unfortunate because the terms and conditions don't. That's not what it is. Like, that's like, hey, do you like this? Support it. And oh, by the way, you're just giving your money to these guys, whether they deliver anything at all or not. You are an investor in that coming forward. But let's face it, like, that's all. It's a quasi pre-order for almost anything on Kickstarter or crowdfunding platform of your choice. Kickstarter is the Kleenex of crowdfunding. I said it. There you go. Hey, you going to kickstart it? We're going to use backer kit. Oh, okay, cool. So you're kickstarting it. Well, that's something to be said about being first to market. So, yeah. We'll see. I am interested after it hits shelves to hear more, but I doubt I will kick in for it. There you go. And there you go. What else? Yeah, we could just go here, I guess. Whatever. There's really nothing going on. I don't know. Ian World. Oh shoot, I probably should, before leaving off. If you are interested, I'll put a thing in the chat. See people. There you go for Deathmatch Island. Deathmatch Island. Do 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 do. Deathmatch Island. That's right. A little Elton John for you. Is that what that was? It would indeed. All right. RPG print news, Exalted Funeral, Goodman Games, and more. But I don't think there's a lot of more here. Well, this is print news. This is not what I wanted. Or is it? Oh, maybe I didn't even bookmark it. I guess we're going into print news. Yay. I only say that because there was the news section that technically, Sean, your whole show is an ad for TTRPGs. Well, that's true. If only people knew that. Or if, could take advantage of that. That's the how do you become profitable as a supporter of RPGs? Start with even more money. No. That's right. That's not true. The first 10 minutes was talking about cartoons. Bingo, Laramie. So I was going to say the print or the news that EN World supplied this week is like, I think one article and the rest is all like 5e based. So I'm just skipping it. Sorry, 5e lovers. There's tons of other resources out there. Bigger budgets, bigger YouTubers, shining bigger light on even a bigger game. I just don't feel as though my smallness would be able to contribute and justify shining more light on the ever-growing behemoth. So we'll cater to the smaller guy. Hand of the Eight. So these are print news, which means they are either or have been crowdfunded and are finally making it to distribution, or they were never crowdfunded and they're just printed and now into distribution. So there you go. That's the deal. Well, I'm a patron. I'm still waiting for my special green sports jacket. Well, yeah, good luck, man. Here's how to run a successful patron when you're doing this. Reward backers with things that cost more than they will give ever. Join my Patreon where I give a car to the person. DM Dave, is he the one that opened FLGS? I don't know. He's talking about the author of this, Hand of Eight. The author of Hand of Eight is DM Dave. 5th edition hardcover adventure path. Congratulations, 5e. Another source book for you, which I'm sure is probably pretty good. Is it? I got a question for you. So okay, I have a question because this is interesting. Since we're talking about DM Dave specifically, and this product that he did, and it's not targeting DM Dave by any means, but I want to get your take on this since I have your undivided attention. So Hand of the Eight by DM Dave, hardcover adventure path, previously released as free adventure modules through DM Dave's Patreon, but was revamped and filled out to form a cohesive adventure path. So, okay, created in Patreon, then put it all together and releasing it as a book. Awesome. So now I have a question. I kind of went on a rant about not shedding any more spotlight on 5th edition or Wizards. Is that being unfair? Because DM Dave isn't Wizards. He's an independent, small publisher person who creates things for that game. So by me kind of poo-pooing or saying, they've got enough marketing. But then again, DM Dave doesn't, and all the other people that maybe support the 5e ecosystem. Now, 5e is also becoming a little bit trickier because 5th edition isn't really going to be what the next iteration of D&D is. So it's kind of like, hey, you're not giving enough credit to individuals small publishers that support a game that rightfully isn't really in print, I guess, for lack of, I mean, it is because they're still releasing 5e products, but it's like supporting Pathfinder first edition or something. I don't know. Does this make sense? Am I thinking too much into this? I mean, part of me is like, DM Dave, others are doing, they could have done the product for any system, anything out there. Did they choose 5th edition because they appreciate the game and the mechanics, or is it because there's numbers behind it? And it could be both. And there's no wrong answer. Like, it's up to them. I mean, it's their business. It depends on what you want your show to be about. What's up, Chris? So I'm interested to know. I mean, I get, sure, yes. Do I want to be, mentioning 5th edition and kind of catering to that audience? I mean, I think it would be I don't think it'd be justified. Like, I'm not playing it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I don't want to pander either. If it's about positivity in the RPG space, then you should probably talk about all of it, especially the little publishers. But I guess I toy with that. I struggle with that because it's like, well, if you're trying to be positive, then wouldn't you shine light on everybody? I don't know if that's necessarily true, because I think there's niches. Now, it would be out of line for me to be positive and then slam 5e every chance I get. I think I walked that line. Fair. Like, I'm not completely unaware that sometimes I may be talking out of both ends of my ass. Yes? Both ends of my body? Anyways. Victor White, I'd buy 5e related stuff from third-party creators, even if I don't buy from WotC. Some of them make really cool things for the game that might not come out of WotC's design process. I would agree. I'll pander, give me your money. There you go, Laramie. Okay, he is the one who opened an FLGS, DM Dave's Books and Games. Okay, go there. Where is he? Where is that FLGS? We'll give Dave some love. I understand what and why you said it. And I agree, 5th ed market is oversaturated, but yeah, there are bad people and publishers out there too, so I guess making good moral decisions regardless. Appreciate the feedback. Thanks, Ryan. Regardless of the game system, he continues, sorry. Chris says, if it's about non-D&D games and highlighting that, saying it's not really my thing, then that's okay too. Yeah, okay. Well, I think we're all on the same page. I just want to be, look, if I'm like not, I'm saying one thing and doing another, I want to be called out on it. Tad says, plus some of us in your community play 5e in addition to other games. Ryan says, yeah, we got you. Okay, we get you. All right. I just want to make sure. Okay. I'm just not part of the 5e ecosystem. And when I define what the 5e ecosystem, I'm a streamer that supports 5th edition. Hey, you want to play it? Go nuts. Like, great. It's a good game. I think it's a good game. I'm just not playing it. Having said that, do I think I need to shed light on everything that Wizards of the Coast is doing? No. The reason I do is sometimes those choices will impact the hobby as a whole. Like, how is the hobby going to react to some of the things that they are doing? And I still think it's going to be computer games, D&D, and tabletop RPGs. I think somebody else brought that up in another YouTube stream, so I won't take full credit, but I do agree with them. I think that's what the space is going to look like, because I think D&D is going to be its own beast. As a matter of fact, there is some news about Random House Publishing. See, now I'm talking about it. Go figure. But Random House Publishing is not going to be distributing books for them. So some, but not 5th edition, I don't think. Victor says it all comes down to being aware when it comes to making promotion and purchasing decisions. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the tangent, but hey. Chris says, personally, I think it's pretty interesting when you mention 5e third-party related stuff because everything I listen to, you're the only one that does the EN News Roundup. Well, and that's another thing, too. I think your balance is good. Thanks, Tad. Keep me on my toes. That is an interesting point, Chris. I am not completely unaware of the fact that I'm hitting up EN World every week. And with EN World, there is obviously a certain bend to them, right? You're not going to see a butt ton of things that you will find from itch.io. I am totally, I think there needs to be an all-encompassing RPG. I think EN World is good, obviously. I use it. But I think there's also a they come from the 3.0, or that's where the origins of it is, and heavy D&D 3.0. Now, they have moved, right, and cover a bunch of other stuff in RPG news and what's going on and different products. And even the Kickstarters can be from multiple or different types of systems in the crowdsourcing area of EN World. Oh, excuse me. But I think they have to admit, right, and they might, that there is a certain bend to what they see every day. If you want to show a little free league, the PDF of Building Better Worlds for the Alien RPG is completed in the bestiary for Dragonbane was announced. Hey, Phil, good to see you, man. Get back to your roots, Sean. Well, true. And they may even say that in here, or they haven't. Maybe it's not print news, so it's probably in this weird ambiguity space. But as soon as it goes to print, it'll show up on EN World. I mean, their big publishing thrust is advanced 5e. That it is, for sure. And good for them. Like, if you got a platform, you could take advantage of it. So I guess I need to keep myself in check for the individuals and some of the companies that do 5th edition or D&D compatible stuff because they're not Wizards of the Coast. But then somebody will be like, but they support the big behemoth and they don't need to because there's tons of other games they could do work on. And I'm like, I'm not getting into that. But so I'll I don't know. Rest assured, I will not become a D&D 5e only person. There's no room in the free league bucket I have over here. All right. It's just not. Anyways. All right. Let's get back to business. All right. Everyday Heroes, Total Recall, Everyday Heroes, Highlander. So, officially licensed softcover mod or adventures for Total Recall and Highlander. So there you go. $25 each. Has anybody picked this up yet? Everyday Heroes. Do I always ask that? Anybody? Norman, Oklahoma. Huh. It's right in the campus, right? Right down, right, probably. It's got to be, that's where the big university is, right? Norman? I was stationed in Oklahoma. I could barely tell you where anything is in that state. It was only a year, though. I didn't get out much. I'd go down to Texas, I guess. There's just too much free league for 5e only. Ange from Gnome Students played Highlander and said it was pretty fun. Good to know. She do an article? She do a write-up for it? Tim Jazz, remember though, most third-party 5e stuff will not appear on D&D Beyond, so will that market wither away? Another good question. Yes, that's interesting. The dynamic is really going to be interesting the next year. Because then how much is Tales of the Valiant going to be, playing in and all this? How many people are going to kind of move? And, a lot of these folks are probably going to do two systems. Now, let's face it, 5e isn't going anywhere. And Augie just took a massive crapper. I got to go, hold on a second. It stinks. Augie, Jesus. Thanks, buddy. Here, Huggy. What's this? Look at all these hotkeys, buddy. Look at that. Jeez. Whoa. Wow. The landscape will be interesting, I'm sure. But anyways, moving on. Let's go, Sean. Let's chop. DCC Character Record Folio by Goodman Games. $10. Go and get it while it's hot. 16-page gaming aid to record every aspect of a character. So it's one. They're after my buddy Jeff. Jeff, you don't have to make up your own. Just get this one. Oh, for poop for sure, man. It stinks. Oh. Not my shoe. Fearsome Wilderness by Geektopia Games. Year Zero system. Look out. See, now that's a market I should probably tap into, is some of the folks that are doing community stuff for Year Zero engine. Huh? That's probably my niche, honestly. I mean, if you're going to shill, you might as well go all in, right? Hardcover core rules, $60. Serious business. The PCs begin the game as prisoners aboard a transport spaceship which crashes on a densely wooded planet inhabited by unnatural, fearsome critters of American lumberjack folklore. The PCs must survive this fearsome wilderness. Game features these 25 fearsome critters from North American folklore, including the jackalope, Jersey devil, and snipe. Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna say it out loud. That's what I'm thinking. If you're going off of North American folklore, including jackalope, Jersey devil, and snipe, how would you find it on a different planet? Because it wouldn't be American folklore on a different planet, right? Right. Huh? It's like Planet of the Apes. It was Earth all along. Oh, I got it. That's like Terry Goodman. Terry was a science fiction. Can't remember. Shoot, help me out. I did not know it was like Earth. Avalon, not Avalon. It's not Avalon. Shannara, Terry Good. Yeah, there we go. Yep, Shannara, right? I don't know if I ever knew that was Earth. Anyways, I digress. Terry Brooks Shannara. Thanks, guys. I knew you guys are awesome. Next one. Cosmosaurs by Exalted Funeral Old Skull Publishing. So Old Skull Publishing is Diego. So if you know Diego, who's done, I think he did Primal. He's done. I got the trifecta, his original. And I don't know if it's his original but the original trifecta. Ooh, excuse me. Tad says that is weird. Why not just make a North American supplement for Vaesen? Or a North American supplement for Coriolis? Says it's science fiction? I don't know. Spoiler. Is it a spoiler? It's not a spoiler. I'm not spoiling anything, am I, Roger? Is it a huge... It's not a huge spoiler. Really? I'm sorry. Whoops. Yeah, Diego's done tons of work. Go support him. It's good stuff. PCs are dinosaurs. PCs are Cosmo Rangers. PCs are Cosmosaurs, protectors of the galaxy. I mean, leading off with the question this morning, this would be right up somebody's alley, I think. Man, that stuff stunk. Oofda. I think it's awesome that we can super chat now. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Pop shall rule all RPG news shows. Thank you. You're my first ever, Chris. First ever super chat. I should probably screenshot that and say, this is my first ever super chat. Thanks, buddy. It's not a spoiler. Yeah, it's a throwaway detail. Okay, thanks, Gabe. I didn't know that. Like, I never got into Shannara. I think I started reading it, and then I turned a friend of mine in, like, early high school into it, and he was all in. Like, he just devoured them. And I never returned to him for some reason. I don't know why. I think there was, like, one book that was kind of a drag, and then he's like, oh, you get through that one, the next one's super awesome. Lilliputian Adventure on the Open Seas hardcover. Lilliputian Adventure on the Open Sea softcover by Exalted Funeral. So this is for Mouse Ritter, Into the Odd, and Cairn. Hardcover or softcover cover, $40 or $25 respectively. PCs explore the vast and expansive ocean, one filled with uncharted islands, hidden treasure, weird weather, and unspeakable horrors. The world is massive, and the PCs feel truly small. So, like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids small? Crickets. Just probably get my soundboard out. Whether PCs are 6-inch tall humanoids exploring alongside mice or 6 feet tall humans exploring a familiar world, adventure awaits. There you go. Ha, I was right. BESM, not to be mistaken for BDSM. That's something else, folks. Okay, so big eyes, small mouth, multiverse. 4th edition hardcover supplement provides a gateway to the many worlds of the cosmic web. PCs can journey through the 6 prime worlds, a dozen inner worlds, 42 outer worlds, and an endless variety of beyonder and parallel worlds. At the center of it all lies wondrous Amphilos, also called Earth. Insert the Battlestar Galactica original monologue of trying to find Earth. You guys remember that? Who's the lead? Who's that lead? Who's Amidala? Amidala? Whatever. Who's the original? Played by who? Adama. Who is the original Adama? Who? There you go, Lauren Green. Harrigan, you win. Tell him what he gets, Sean. Harrigan, you will get a pat on the back in person at GameholeCon. That's right. You have won Sean Kelly pat on the back. The Alpogo. The Alpo guy, yeah. Formerly of what? What was he in originally? What was his, like, big role? Like a long role he comes from. Or what did he do before Battlestar Galactica? Bonanza, there. Tell him when he wins. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for getting that question right, Harrigan wins a second pat on the back. Congratulations, Harrigan. Thanks for playing. That's right. Oh, moving on. See how I'm dragging this out today? It's called pacing, ladies and gentlemen. Girls and boys. Is he? Canadian. I don't think I knew that. Where's he from in Canada? Is he up from your neck of the woods? Seems like he would be. The Yukon, maybe? Titan Robotics Sourcebook by Palladium for riffs. Shrouded in secrecy and rumor, the true story of Titan Robotics is finally revealed. PCs can join a Titan Robotics courier team. Delve into the company's many secrets, including Archie 3's plans and program to monitor and manipulate the outside world. There you go, booyah. Beavertown, the province of Hockey Puck. Is that where they make all the maple syrup? And the Canadian whiskey? That is perplexing to me. Canadian whiskey. Oh boy, I better step away from the mic right now. I've never met anyone who plays any Palladium games. Ryan West, if you come to GameholeCon, I will introduce you to my friend Jimmy. He's a Rifts guy. There you go. I own several, but for the source material. Yeah. Call it rye? Really? Is that what it is, rye? Is it you call it rye where you are? Because I know, okay, I see. It's rye in Canada, but if it comes over the border, then we refer to it as Canadian whiskey. Is that what it is? Because we do have rye, but I don't even know what the damn thing is. I don't know what rye is. Dudes, get me started on booze. Ugh. You know a Rifts guy? Yeah, I do. He actually plays it. Like, he's in the dot group. Oh, interesting, Phil. See, dude, I gotta... Sean, tell us why you stream. Well, I stream because I need learning, and the chat learns me every week. Michael says, I play Palladium games. There's a few on us on the Discord. There you go. There you go. Wood. Tim, I ran Rifts for a couple of years. There we go. They're coming out of the woodwork now. But you're better now, Tim. I used to run Rifts, but now I'm better. Tim agrees. Too funny. Nothing wrong with Canadian whiskey. The cheap plastic bottle doesn't break when you drop it. It's traveling like the high-end snobbish glass bottle whiskey. Indeed. All right. Some love for Rifts in the chat. I like it. What a hot mess of a system. It all depends on what you want to get out of it. Right? It all depends, right? It's a great game if you like. All right. Jeepers criminy. Oh my God. Oh, brother. Oh, that is not the page or link I wanted to put in there. But I think I don't even know if you can access that, actually. Let's try to get you the right link, huh? I think, is Rifts like a beer and pretzel game? It seems very beer and pretzel. All right, Ian World. Crowdfunding. Some of these are going to be already have brought up because some people like Ty, who has not graced us with his presence yet, has like said, hey, this is out there. And it's probably still in its earlier phases, which some of you may already know. Ian World usually posts the campaigns in the last 1 or 2 weeks of the campaign. So Rifts is crunch, X is 1,000,000 times 1,000,000. First one on the docket. Ryoko's, thinking it's Ryoko's Guide to the Yokai Realms. A 5e tome from D&D Shorts. Source book, $60. This project connected with fans. $2 million raised? Wow! It's at a $20,000 goal. This has obviously fell under my radar. You guys know about this? Holy balls. Good for them. D&D Shorts. Holy bonkers. It's likely to end in the top 10 of the $1 million RPG crowdfunding campaigns. That's impressive. This is no frickin' joke. 5e Sourcebook offers 350 pages of kaiju battles, crafting mechanics, and player options inspired by ancient folklore and yokai legend. That means an original gargantuan monster combat system, new creatures, elemental bender classes that sound like Avatar: The Last Airbender, combo attack options, and more. The creative team includes a number of culturally connected creators, individuals that have roots in the culture that inspired this setting, and that's important. It brings a unique voice and authenticity to the work. That's part of the reason a project that brings East Asian influences to 5e is finding such a large audience. For sure. If you're looking for ways to fight big... And now, let's not take any credit. It's probably it looks like a great book. If you're looking for ways to fight big monsters, the source book may interest your gaming table. Well, this is a good combination, right? Like 5e is, yay, let's play medieval fantasy, Anglo-Saxon, woo, swords and armor and all the stuff that many of us are like kind of in, like, now open it up to the Asian culture. Not open it up to, but you know what I'm saying. This, because I don't know how many books like this are out there for 5e, honestly. Again, blind spot on my end, but 2.3 million. Wowies. That's fantastic. I was confused until you said D&D shorts. Well, he's the YouTuber, isn't he? Right? Or is he? Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the name of the game too, Chris. Like, someone who brought their audience to Kickstarter, hey, props. That's kind of the deal in the creator's market, right? It's like Mr. Beast opening a burger store and saying, well, I wonder where all the customers came from. Okay, it's that guy, Orcus Dorcas says. Yeah. But I got to think that, like, I don't know. There you go. Famous YouTuber makes money on Kickstarter. Well, yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do, Laramie. Now, I don't know if that's what I can do, but that's what you do. Get an audience, pick something, and then it's not even supplementing. It's like branching. We believe in you. Yeah, and the concept is good for sure. I mean, there's a reason why Call of Cthulhu is probably big. It's, D&D isn't. It's just derived from medieval Europe. So of course you alienate half the world. Everyone is Colville, 3 mil easy. Wow. And I'd have to really lean on that parody part, right? Because if I don't lean on parody, then I'm going to get sued. And I'd probably take it to court with a big, large cease and desist. Love you, Matt. Step 1, make a video on how to kill a Tarrasque in 2 rounds. Step 2, do a Kickstarter. Step 3, profit. You guys are all my business agents moving forward. What could possibly go wrong? We could conquer the world. Step 1.5, repeat the video 1,000 times. I got to say, props to that. 2.3 million. And it's not even done yet. Still got 5 days to go from this recording. So, shit. It's probably like, do I even want to go there? Literally, do I want to visit it? Let me see. I want to see something because I gotta answer one of my own questions. Hold on. It's first created. Wow. Your first Kickstarter does 2.3 million. Wow. What is that D&D? I know who D&D Shorts is, and I know the face. I did not put them together, but now I do. I got to be honest. I didn't know he did publishing. I didn't know he did work. Yeah, now that the Kickstarter, yeah, right. Like it's gonna get, like, not because of me. I gotta say for sure. Like if he's doing, I don't know what his role in it is. Like if he's doing a lot of the work himself, or I mean, I know he's probably got a team. If he doesn't, he better get one because that's a lot. But he's got contributors, right? I mean, some of this looks pretty freaking cool. Ronin Ranger, Spirit Caller, Sorcerer, Path of the Kaiju Barbarian. Wow. Full bestiary of mighty yokai. A lot of ignorance right here, for sure, for me. Familiars, cute familiars. Yeah. Well, if it looks and comes out, and hits all these marks, yeah, it's going to be a lot of stretch goals. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about the Far West. Oh, Far West, wasn't that the one that we covered like maybe a few weeks ago that actually came out, but it was like 10 years too late or something ridiculous? I don't know. I mean, dude, that's how unplugged I am from some of these things. Like, I didn't even know that thing was out there at 2.3 million. I don't know if anybody on our Discord posted it either. I would like to see this on a shelf. I would like to see what it looks like. I don't know if it's my game. I mean, one, it's 5e, so I'm not playing 5e. And two, I am so ignorant to like the Asian space. Like I just am. Yeah. Capers, we went over this. Somebody brought it up. So that's out there. 12,000. It's funded of 8,000, so that's good. Nerdburger Games. Scoundrels of Brixton. Issue 2 from RPG Rumblings. Now Ramblings Publishing. Compatible with Cepheus Engine and the Little Black Books of Traveler RPG. RPG Zine, $3 for the PDF of the zine. $3 for the PDF. $1,000 goal, $3,900. I'm telling you, with Jason, and he bolted. When he talked to Phil Reed, should have thanked him for doing that. Thank you for doing that if you see this later, Jason. But I wonder if the little $3,000 Kickstarter PDF, short, small form factor, put it out, make it decent, cranked out that one. I wonder if the ROI is there versus like these 350-page books. Man, granted, you're paying $60, but still, even on a PDF of those, you're probably having to pay $20 or $30, right, for a PDF. I'm just really interested to know these margins that these guys are dabbling in. Chris, you might know. I don't know. The Asian space. I think it's called Asia. Did I say Asian space? I apologize. That's not what I meant. Asia, yes. That's what I meant. That was not intended to be a knock. We all could learn. Learn from my mistakes. Curse of the Usurper. RPG 5e. Tomb Guardians. Still cranking out 5th edition, man. That train is not stopping. 5th edition's around, and it's here to stay. $73. For PDF and print versions of all 3 books. 2 1,000-page plus 5e projects. That's a lot of material, and that's what it says right on here. I'm reading it. Wow. Claims to be the largest 5e adventure campaign ever written, with over 1,000 pages, 50 maps, 50 minis, and so much more. Voiceovers, music, lots of content. Holy bonkers. You start in a port city, but have plenty of sandbox to roam. Woof. Oof. Levels 1 to 15. Oof. Wow. Yeah, so much material out there, man. 120,000 with $10,000 goal. That's $73. Largest 5e adventure campaign ever. Another one, 5e, funded for sure. There you go. 67,000 pounds of 7,000. 7,500. Venestra, Rome-themed 5th edition world and city setting. Oof, look at that. Mech Finder. Now you gotta, if you have the wrong accent, it's gonna sound like it's a McDonald's locator, but it's Mech Finder. Mech Finder. It's all one word. McFinder. McFinder. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Universal Mecha Magic. Level 1 to 15 levels sandbox sounds oxymoronic. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I think sandbox is like the theater, if you will. The levels are just progression, right? They can be different, I would imagine. I mean, what's the difference if you have a linear 1 to 20 level or a sandbox 1 to 20? Like, do you have to follow a linear? I mean, I guess with the linear, there'd be like milestone 1, milestone 2, and then that parallels the progression sector of your, or progression ladder of your PC, I suppose. Does the mech come in a Happy Meal? Mech Finder. Yeah. Mech. It's Mech Finder. Mech Finder. That's what I said. Mech Finder. Pathfinder 5e compatible. Oh, and it says Tales of the Valiant and Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Wait a minute, I'm confused. It says Pathfinder 2e and D&D 5e, and then it says Systems, Tales of the Valiant, and Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Okay, whatever. Is Tales of the Valiant 5e? Like, is that going to become 5e? Oh, you play Tales of the Valiant? Oh, that's 5e. Oh, it's 5.25. I don't know. All these numbers and additions and da 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 blah 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 blah. All art for Mech Finder is created by humans, so they have an AI statement. Why spotlight this campaign? 5e or 5EC? 5EC systems. 5EC. I think that's the first time I've seen that. 5EC. Are you guys familiar with that term? 5EC. Is 5EC? So is that 5th edition? That's 5th edition compatible, right? That's what it stands for? Huh. See, I don't remember saying Shammer. I think I worked with that dude, Wes McFinder. Tales of the Valiant is 5e. Is it? Is that? Or are they doing their own stuff? I'd love to see Tales of the Valiant get the market share Pathfinder did. I don't see it happening. Ooh, I don't know. 5e will own your base. All your base belong to us. Welcome to McDonald's. Can I interest you in a quarter-ton-er? Orcus Dorcas. I knew you'd deliver. I knew every Saturday I'm like, if Orcus Dorcas is here, when is it gonna? Where's the one that's gonna land? Boom, and he comes through. Bam. Can I interest you in a quarter-ton-er? Now 5EC. Know it. Love it. 5EC. Why wouldn't they say it's just 5E compatible? Are we too wordy? 5EC. Get to know it. 10,000 bones of 5,000 gold. Funded. Next area campaign setting. Pathfinder compatible. PEC. Pathfinder compatible. And 5EC. Yeah. 5EC. Think. Why? Okay. Great. It's funded. Yeah. Campaign setting with lots of fantasy options. Expect big ideas. Lots of world building subclasses, everything in between. Hidden teleportation whirlpool. Land of village cults. Areas where the Fae and Titans have a shared lore. If fantasy world, a big option, speaks to you, check out this campaign. Okay. All right. Level up. It's the in-world stuff. Level Up, Advanced 5th Edition, and other 5EC systems. 5EC. There you go. Coined. Orcus McDelivers. Ugh. Chris says, from what I've read, Tales of the Valiant is as much a drift as Advanced 5e is, and the differences between the 2014 D&D books and what Tasha's Cauldron of Everything did to change D&D 5e. 5e adjacent. I don't know. Art by Noor. Johan Noor. I've heard this. I have not gotten on this, but he's the artist and graphic designer behind Merkborg and Cyborg. So while this isn't an RPG, it includes Johan Noor's thoughts on his RPG artwork and will be useful art for artists looking for inspiration from the creator. Well, I don't think it'll be just useful for artists. I mean, it's like good art books are like coffee table books, right? They're cool to look at. Drawings and doodles by Johan Noor, made between 2006 and 2023, is what it says on the cover. Evocative. 730,000 kroner. It's funded. Boy, I bet you that's... Whew. Ah, yeah. That's it for crowdfunding. Let me see. Did I miss anything that should come to people's attention? I got a couple other things here. Leaning on the back end here. Let's start with this one. So this is off the Gen Con blog, and I think if I'm not mistaken, a venture combination. By Eloy Lasanta, and he's been on Gaming MBS. I've actually met Eloy face to face. He came to Madison one time, and I made a trip out and met up with him briefly. Super nice guy. Third Eye Games, Pip System, amongst other releases. So the art of game crafting for your classroom, boardroom, or game night. So he's been doing this for 30 years. 15 professionally. And essentially, it's game design 101, going over all the basics and what it takes to put a game together. Fits designers with a completed game who want to make sure it hits all the fundamentals and want to learn techniques to make their game really sing. Designers without a game, but just a cool idea, can take the lessons taught and bring their initial concept to an alpha phase. So they go through a lot in 6 weeks. So come ready to innovate and create. They will be offering a 201 level expansion of this class in 2024 called Intermediate RPG Design. So main topics covered: presenting your game. I had to put the link in the before I forget. Presenting your game, world building, mechanics design, marrying setting and system crafting techniques. Sign up today. And we'll see you starting on October 9th on alternating Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 8. It's in 2 days from this recording. CMU Center for Learning Through Games and Simulations. Please visit their website. CMU. Where is that? College of Liberal Arts and Science, Central Michigan University. Wow. Center for Learning Through Games and Simulations. 500-year-old vampire available for pre-order. Game design, thinking minor, certificate in applied game design. Wow. There you go. So if you want to get all academic and stuff, now, there you go. Where do I go? You go here. Huh? There you go. I don't know what it costs. This one. I thought this was interesting. My nose itches. With booze, furniture, and candles, Dungeons and Dragons makes itself at home. Yeah, okay, D&D, got it. So I bring this up because it talks about the secondary market, if you will. So you got D&D, you got role-playing games, but what about all the other stuff that you and I like to buy? D&D fans are hungry for elevated luxury merchandise that celebrates and enhances their fandom. Enter companies like Cantrip Candles, Wormwood Gaming, and Find Familiar Spirits, which offer bespoke upscale products tied to a fantasy gaming space. D&D claims more than 50 million active players, and these consumers have consistently boosted sales for brand owner Hasbro. So you go into some of these, and the one thing that kind of stood out to me was Matthew Lillard's whiskey that he's doing. So you can get candles, right? It's funny. I gotta hear. This is an interesting story. So Christoph Vischer got the idea for Cantrip Candles. This is kind of funny. An avid D&D fan, Vischer was hosting a game when a beer got knocked over during a rowdy tavern interaction. The malty scent added to the ambiance of the scene and inspired him to start making his own candles and fragrances to elevate his friend's tabletop gaming experience. Somewhere I've seen this, like, something falling out of the sky, hitting you on the head and going, oh my God, this is like a product. Let me put this in there. Let me put this in there and that over there. Thanks, Arian. I got you. All right. So he did candles, and he's got different flavors, and it costs this, and he's, Wormwood, we know some of that with the tabletop gaming accessories like dice trays and towers and woodcrafts, amongst other things. The whiskey Drink like a warlock. In this community and most fandoms, if you build something that's premium, a luxury feeling item, people respond, said Matthew Lard, co-founder of Find Familiar Spirits. So if you don't know who Matt is, he's an actor, played Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movie. He played serial killer and hackers a long time ago. He also is co-founder of Beetle and Grimm. And now he's, putting out some spirits distilled in Indiana and Kentucky. The first whiskey edition has an initial run of 5,000 bottles, and it's going to be called Paladin. It's a bourbon whiskey blend with notes of vanilla, fruit, and a little spice, and will retail for 150 bones. Some other ones that he's coming out with is Rogue, Warlock, and Dragon. There's some guys out there in the acting space that have put out some pretty big, like Kevin Hart has his own tequila. The Rock has his own tequila. George Clooney had his own, was it tequila? And he sold his, like, some bucks. So... and Bard, which is Canadian whiskey. See you there, me. Yeah, right, Tim? You hit it. Scented candles. What about the odors from mines, sewers, and crypts? Can you imagine being like at the table and be like, hold on a second. Just gonna light this quick. Everybody, you can roll initiative. Oh, hey, anybody got another lighter? Mine ran out. Oh, what is that smell? It's the smell of doom. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, that's what your character smells down here in this nasty, danky dungeon. There you go. All right, I go back outside. The stench is too much. Oh, you go outside? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I got another candle. It's got a Yankee candle for outside. Forest pine. Come on. I tease because I love. It's good. But I wanted to bring this up because it's like these third markets, like, I mean, maybe you have an idea. Maybe role-playing gamers have certain tastes, if you will. Now, I don't know what it takes to create a bourbon whiskey blend 5,000, run. Probably more money than I have, but it's the smell of TPK. This should be a title of one. But that's the thing is, like, there is a market for that stuff. Just theme it and make it affordable, I guess. Unless you want to go high end. Depends on what your market is. I still own the domain, grumblingdwarf.com. Tim knows. Tim Jensen knows it. And I always thought Grumbling Dwarf beer would be awesome. I could go down to the brewery or local place that brews beer and see how much it would cost to like get a label made and put out a run of Grumbling Dwarf beer. A friend of mine thought would be a great idea. I'd buy Grumbling Dwarf beer. Hell yeah. Give me the dwarf. I think that's been done, though, right? Something along those lines, like Elven wine, right? Kickstart it? Shit. That's a lot. It'd be nice. Like, if I get unemployed, if I lose my job, I got some things to ponder, I think. Joe Swick almost killed us at Gen Con one year with his homebrew. Yeah, that's true. What he named it, right? Misdirected Mark. What do you call it? Misdirected Brew. I think he was when he named it, right? That's what I need. I just need to get with Joe and say, hey man, fire up the brewing machine. Or Zwiefer. He's not here. Zwiefer. Can you make a run? I mean, I suppose I could easily do that. Ask Zwiefer. That's right. Mike drop we stout. That's right. But I could get with Zwiefer or somebody and say, hey, look, I want to do, how much would a brew run cost-wise and time-wise? And then say, I'm going to buy it, and then I want to have it at Gamehole Con. What's up, Cooking College Days? Thanks for joining. What's up, Ty? Good to see you. Buy that for $1. There you go. But I could get a limited run and then put it up for sale at Gamehole Con once a year. Seasonal. Like limited run, Wouldn't probably be too cheap. I don't know. I don't know the legalities and all this either. What are we doing today? Talking RPGs. All right. So, I thought some of these things, the 3D printing space, I think you can make money almost. You could probably. This may sound pretty crazy. You might be able to make more money in the RPG space not making RPGs. Like if you made something that somebody's gonna like dice, people. There's tons of dice out there. A lot of gamers love dice. Doesn't even matter what game you play. Still trying to figure out Notion? It's tricky. The side projects are cool. It's cool. I gotta say, I'm not a big whiskey connoisseur, but part of me is like, it'd be kind of cool to show up to game day with a freaking bottle of that Paladin. I should buy for Jeff. He would love that shit. I should get it for him for Christmas. I'll brew beer for you anytime, Sean. Thanks, Joe. What would we call it? Me and you. It's a Sean Joe joint. Not that joint, guys. Cut it out. But these are, and some of this stuff is like really gifty stuff. Like I think, right? Like the not necessarily, because I probably want some of this stuff. Like Wormwood puts out some really good stuff. But again, I guess this article I thought was interesting because there's a market for this and people would take it. Now, the only kooky thing about this is many of us, probably Xers more than any generation, is probably at a point in our lives that have the most disposable income. And that may not even be that much anymore. What we thought was disposable is no longer. But we're a very small demographic too, generation-wise. So the millennials are much bigger, and as soon as they come up and they start, making more money, and so it'll be interesting how that dynamic turns, because it's like some of the things that Xers bring with them, because they're such small. Now you go into gaming, it's even smaller. It's just an interesting dynamic on. I think I've mentioned this before. I had a demographer come to a town acquisition type symposium and mentioned how if you do demographics and advertising and selling, and like Levi's came to him and said, hey, we're not selling as many Levi's. What are we doing wrong? And he's like, who's your target market? They explained it. It happened to be Xers. So when we were growing up, we were buying a ton of Levi's. Our parents probably bought them, and then our parents got older and they're not buying them. And then we got older and we're not buying them. And the next generation was like, Levi's are blech. So he's like, you just got to wait until the Xers get past it and the next generation picks it back up. It's very interesting, the economics and demographics. Trying to see some curves, you know, some corresponding parallel curves, if you will. Positive force, that'd be a good one. Anyways. HP meter on the side of the bottle. Oh, did I miss that? Ah, that is nice. Right there. You could probably not see my mouse. So anyways. One of the Limithron folks brought a special homemade brew to share with us when we played Pirate Board with them. Definitely added to the experience in more ways than one. Oh, I imagine. Butterbeer? Is that a thing? I don't know, Ty. Your brand Positive Force? Yeah, good. Definitely. I don't know about RPG space, though. I'd like to build a TTRPG game store. You'd like to build one? That'd be cool. Custom make it. So I won't divulge this, but somebody hit me up on Discord and said, you know what, just got an email, like had to bring it up to you, Sean, because they were mentioning how they got an email, I think probably from the it was from the FLGS, saying how they had these events coming to the store and to show up and da-da-da, and they didn't say what games. Like I think it had the titles maybe. You know, and it was like, hey, it's this weekend. And he like got it on Thursday or Friday. Thursday. Like just, you know, he said if he would have known about it early enough, he would have probably gone there and support it. And there are games that aren't mainstream 5th edition, you know, promoting some maybe smaller publishers. But it's just kind of like, but I'm going to the FLGS because I think if you built it, and it was like themed. Like there's some really good ones out there for sure. I think we brought one up one time. Anyways, I'm digressing. We are also the ones that wanted this stuff for decades, Victor says. Sure. Gabe says, it's still weird to me to just obtain any RPG thing I fancy and not have to agonize over deliberate choices. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just look at our shelves, right? What? Huh? That game? I'm going to buy that. Boop. Get it. Never play it. Put it on shelf. Like, but yeah, it's not like, well, should I pay my electric bill? Or literally that's why I went back in the military. I was 20, got out and went back in to a year and a half later. And the reason was like, should I buy a CD, compact disc, music, or should I pay my rent or eat a meal? I was getting kind of tired of that role. So going back to like disposable income. Eileen, good to see you. Oh, I just heard my USB drive just drop, or my USB hub just unstatic itself from my bottom of my desk. Fine with the grumbling dwarf moniker. Let's run with it. Warnack, is that why the Levi silver tabs are coming back? I have no idea. Maybe now, becoming nostalgic, maybe. Build it adjacent to a wizard's quest and a steakhouse, and you'll have something. Maybe. What else? Let's see, what else did I have? I'm going to put this out there just as an FYI. So I don't know what this means, honestly. It's EN World. It's making its rounds in some of the blogs and Ecosphere. But anyways, it's a D&D thing. I don't know if it's that big a deal. Penguin Random House to stop distributing D&D. So a memo which went to retailers this week indicates that Penguin Random House will not be distributing D&D products in mainstream bookstores in 2024. This isn't like a surprise. I think this was mentioned a while ago, and they even allude to it. So effective December 31st this year, 2023, they're going to cease distributing titles for Wizards. Depending on the product, please ensure that the vendor of record for Wizards of the Coast, LLC, titles is changed to one of their new distributors listed here. So they use a range to include Alliance, Diamond, GTS. So if you're in that space, like Eileen's worked in a game store, those are distributors. And then that's it more, and they're more in the U.S. And then Asmodee and others in the UK and Europe. Most of them deal with hobby and trade, game stores, and the like retailers. While Penguin Random House is a general book trade publisher. So of course the game will still be available on Amazon also. And then they said it's not news. They mentioned this back in September. Here's the letter, I guess, some of them have received. So Penguin Random House is a value partner and publishing licensee of Wizards of the Coast. While we deeply appreciate the excellent service provided over the years, we are now shifting our distribution strategy to utilize the capabilities of Hasbro to sell and distribute D&D products to retailers. You are being cut out. Cut them out. And we will continue to partner with PRH on licensed D&D titles like the recently released Lore and Legends and the upcoming Heroes Feast flavors of the multiverse. So this change of distribution of Wizards D&D role-playing game publications such as rulebooks and adventure content won't affect fans as they will continue to find D&D products at their preferred retailers, which is also interesting to see how that is going to pan out with the huge digital initiative. Because that's kind of like Planescape's out, right? Print. But like how many books are they going to be flinging through the air? Then the first comment, doesn't Wizards use other distributors too? Like, so the art and arcana, the stuff that's done by like, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to pitch it by Wizards. And they're going to go, that sounds good. We'll allow you to do that. And they go, cool. Can we use your relationships to get it out? And they'll say, sure, we'll have you pair up with Penguin and we'll use them to distribute it everywhere. But not our own origin stuff. Well, Planescape is out the week of GHC, but still in print, right? That's kind of the point. Ryan West, I was kind of following this when Diamond stopped shipping comics. I guess Penguin ruined a lot of comic books because poor packaging. Interesting. Gabe says, my local FLGS stopped working with Diamond due to costs. Now I can't get indie comics locally. Their trades are Penguin, so now I'm curious what this means for them in D&D. Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth buying or is it another Spelljammer? I don't know. It looks cool, but I don't know. I'm not a Planescape guy, so. What Ryan said, they're terrible for comics. Okay. Diamond is what Eileen's talking about. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I've heard some folks saying this means that no D&D in Barnes & Noble. I don't know. No, I think that's okay because they're going to just get it from Wizards or Hasbro. Right, correct. Write a contract with Hasbro. I mean, they're just going to be like, hey, man, we're going to do our own books because we can do it. And there you go. We are not going to pay. Like, we just don't see the value in paying you to distribute these. But these other ones, sure. And, you know, there's numbers that are being looked at, I'm sure. And I don't know. Did I miss anything for the week? Thanks, Ian World, for putting all this stuff together and doing all the work that you do. Go visit Ian World for all your gaming news. New. I have not downloaded. That's one thing they haven't put out. Well, it's not print news. So the Building Better Worlds from Free League for Alien RPG. The PDF is out. I have not downloaded it yet, so I got to go and get it. I've been prepping. Yesterday, I started kind of finalizing some pre-gens for War Stories that I'll be running at GameholeCon Thursday night or Friday night. Table tents and stuff. Going the quick and dirty route. Archetypes. Got to read the scenario and probably the rules, and then feng shui too. Maybe get something in that realm in place. Gaming wise, Star Trek Adventures, we're stopping the action in the game to do some crew members. So we made up some crew members. Supporting characters is what they're referred to in Gabe's game. That'll be fun. And then once those are done, then we'll flash back. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do some so one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure we walk through the rules and get to learn the game. Like literally stop the action. Hold on a second. How does this work? Let's walk through this. So we started this scenario, and then it was, whoa, we're getting a Lin. No, I don't know if we're doing this right. So we're kind of, stop, and getting some supporting characters so we can have people on the bridge do certain things. Yes, mechanical simulations. And then once we go through those, so Gabe's going to do that, come up with like a starship encounter, and then away team encounter, walk through those, grok the whole workflow and the mechanics, and then we will go back to the scenario that we are in the middle of exploring. So that'll be cool to put out in a video format. None of it's been released, audio or video. All of it's been recorded. Little do those guys know, but yeah. So that's fun. But I was out 1 week, that delayed things. And then Gamehole Con would be the same week we meet again, so that'll delay things another month. So no breakneck speed. Steady as she goes. The other one, Cyborg. I don't know how many sessions more Harrigan's going to run of that. Phil and Wayne are in that game. Ahsoka, I have not watched die. I guess I should. But Cyborg's fun. It's pretty interesting, actually. I like the approach. I may actually steal it for the Feng Shui game that I'm going to run. It's very, linear games, I got to say, when done in a particular way, can be pretty damn fun. Like Rails, I don't know if it's necessarily Rails. Maybe the illusion of a linear game and not so much, I don't think it's railroading. Because it reminds me very much of the Forget About It game that I would run at cons. Maybe I'll bring that to Gamehole Con, because that's pretty easy to run. Like, you're going from point A to point B, and then everything in between that happens just presents issues. And it's fun to see what happened to the players and how they react. Like, if you're ever stuck, like I think a little while ago, the opening question was, you have nothing planned for your night, and you have to throw something together. What do you do? And I have to say, some people are like, well, I get on my random tables, start rolling, do like 5 bullet points, knock those out, grab a published adventure off the shelf. I got to say, if you've never tried going, they need to get to point A to point B and they're just being pursued or stuff is happening, just throw that stuff. Now, Cyborg lends itself probably more to that. But in media ray, you could do that. It can work very well. Like, as they're going, what else are they going to run into? Tiny D6 for the quick prep game. Harrigan says he's dropping Quantum Ogres. Gabe says Harrigan says he's dropping Quantum Ogres. It may be. I don't even know. And I don't know if I care. I'm okay. The illusion is there. Doesn't matter if they go this way or that way. These guys are always going to attack. So the scenario is essentially us being solicited by a patron to go get this chip from this guy's head. Well, we decided to get the whole head. It's easier to transport. We'll get it out of there later. And then it's getting back. And then as we go back, we'll get a message from the patron like, what's going on? And we're being pursued by these things and those things. And, you know, we run into this border issue right in the city, and they're closing off things with barriers. Fetch quest, I guess. Yes, I guess, for lack of better words. I don't know, is that a thing? Fetch quest? I guess it is. If it's not, it should be. I need to try running Stealing Stories so I have no prep game. Yeah. Okay. So I thought it was, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I like the players, the characters the players are playing. So that's it. The Gamehole Con's coming up. I don't know if I'll stream on that Saturday. Maybe. I could take a laptop and stream from the con. I think I may be free in the morning on Saturday. There was a game I didn't have. So I may stream. But then some of you are going to be there. So I don't know. But some of you aren't. But I would have to bring laptop, audio interface, mic, cable. Maybe I will. I'll bring my lectern so I can set my laptop on it and I could stand like I am now. I'm running GHC Saturday morning. Looking forward to it. Good. BSRCon. Hey! Just in case you're not in the email list, we do have one. BSRCon 3. Move, Learn, Create. Although Jason did bring up a good point in the Discord, like, why didn't you make it BSRCon 3D? So that is a pretty cool theme, like bring out the 3D, whatever. So that's badge and event submission is opening November 1st, like the 1st of November. I got it at noon. So buy a badge first. It's going to be $10 for the whole weekend, whether you're there a day or not. Half the proceeds I'm going to donate. So whatever attendees we get, half the money is going to go to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I'll write a check after that. Boom. Knock that out. I think we've donated about $1,000 after the last 2 years total. There's not a per fee for each event. That could be good or bad because some people just won't show up because they didn't pay for the event. So, whatever. I think it'll be pretty small this year. I think people are getting back into face-to-face cons. Virtually may not be as... The first year I did it might have been like the pinnacle as far as attendees go. And that's okay. I told people if I get 10 people that want to take a Saturday and Sunday and just run games amongst 10 people, I'm totally down with that. I think some of us enjoys each other's company, and it'll be an excuse where we're not trying to juggle schedules. We just set Saturday and Sunday aside and we play. But it's all virtual. So if you're interested in playing, we run into an issue with too many game masters. Weird. Which is like the big knock on everything. Like there's no game masters. I'm trying to find a game. We got plenty. So, and a variety of games. 5Es included, all over the place. Definitely a plethora, which I have to say about the community. Like, it's funny to me to look and hear about each other's little niche. Like, Gabe, I probably prefer virtual now as long as my internet is stable, no travel, no hotel costs. Very cheap, yeah, for sure. Yeah, as long as you're okay with virtual, it's got its ups for sure. Would you hold an in-person con? I would not. Not me. Not now. Maybe. Maybe when I'm retired and don't have anything going on. I just think you're running into all kinds of stuff that you don't. It is amazingly simple. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's amazingly simple to run a virtual con. It really is. Tabletop events, you got to learn a little bit. It kind of kicked my ass a little bit last year because I had the 2-factor auth on it. And so my Discord channels weren't porting over into the platform, but it's not that hard. It's not that hard. BSRCon, yeah. So it's in January. 19th to the 21st, I believe, are the dates. So November badge, you got to have a badge first. Then you can submit events. And then I open up event reg early to patrons. And then a week later, I open event reg for the rest of for everybody else. And event registration and submission is open all the way up until like the 18th to 19th of the con. So if somebody submits an event last minute, we'll put it on the grid. But yeah, there you go. So if you haven't attended, we'd love to have you. Everything's usually coordinated through Discord, but if you use Zoom or Google Meet, you just put that in the event thing. There's rooms that people can muster in and kind of touch base even before the game. Tabletop Events has a good mailing list thing. So you can literally do your session 0 ahead of time. And when the session starts, everybody's on the same page and you just kick off. So it's gone rather swimmingly the last couple of years. I'm surprised. No big strange wackiness occurring. So dates 19th to the 21st January, Wayne, right? So if you're interested, I should probably find out where to sign up. Tabletop. So I could provide the link to Tabletop Events to get more. You can get more info. I probably should somewhere on there put the big link to like join our email list, because I send out emails, updates. Hey, this is coming next week. Badge registration opens, event reg opens, and you can keep up to date. I don't have a website. I kind of use Tabletop Events for that stuff. So I don't know. It'll be fun. It will be fun. It always is. And we had a social room, and so between games, people sitting there, and we've gotten anywhere from 2-3 people to 20. I think we've had. Size like maybe 20, stretching it. 15, I think we've hit maybe at least. So I use ICQ chat exclusively. What about AOL, dude? There you go, Chris. 1921. Yeah, I'm right. I don't know where my own convention is. Too many game masters in the dungeon. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to cover. Oh, one other thing. I'm going to run Music from a Darkened Room. I put it out to patrons. I did put it out on Discord. I do have 4 interested individuals. So I think I'm good, but if you are interested, expressed interest, I have a thread under Let's Game. So if you can't see it, look under the threads under Let's Game on our Discord. And if you're not on our Discord, what are you doing? Discord link down below. Halloween game. So it's going to be end of October, first week of November. I have to throw out some dates and see what I can get for interest. I'm guessing I'll either get, I don't know who out of the 4 will be able to commit all at the same time. Probably a good solid 4 hours online. Are we recording? Hey, Jim. Look at Jim. He's been hanging out in the weeds. Oh, he just showed up. Hey, good to see you, buddy. I didn't intend to. I'd like to, maybe. I probably won't. I was about that for a clear answer. I probably will not stream, because what I want to do is kind of, I may record it. I should probably let you guys know. At the worst or best case scenario, I would record it. I appreciate it, Jim. I will run it by, if I do decide to record it, I will let everybody know. And if there's any objections, then I won't. Right, it depends. Well, the reason I don't want to stream it is because I do want to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. Like, it's a Halloween game. Does that mean sound effects? I don't know. Well, I can't do that, Ty. I'll get hit with a DMCA if I release it. So, but I could do it if I don't record it. To your point, Ty, probably. So it probably won't be streamed, only because then I got to look at the stream and look what's going on, and is everything working? And then I got to run the game, and I want to just focus in on the game, providing a good experience, and be, spooky themed for. I've always wanted to do. Every time Halloween rolls around, I'm like, oh, it'd be ideal to run Call of Cthulhu, Cult, some spooky game, one shot, and it never happens. So finally thought about it and went, okay. So, and I've run it 2 or 3 times, but it's been a while. So it's not completely lost on me. I don't have to do, but I want to make it a good experience and a smooth one. So I think Jim's talked about it, Jason. Kodakin's mentioned being in there, and I know there's one other person somewhere in there that would be interested. Can't remember. It's a good scenario. All right, so I think I'll wrap it up right at the mark. So I want to thank everybody over here, for supporting me, patrons of the show. I think I forgot to add Curtis onto that list. So Curtis, I know you're not in the chat. You could be lurking, I don't know. But Curtis has got to be added to that. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me here. Thumbs up here. Whether you're throwing me shekels, much appreciated. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you. Have a good weekend. Do some gaming. Be a positive force in the RPG hobby. Again, the mantra I'm telling myself to keep myself in check. Create, move, and learn. And I will see you next weekend, because I will be here next weekend, 8 a.m. Central Time, interacting with the folks that I love. Because, hey, I'm a big softy. What can I say? All right. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. See ya.